in a bombshell testimony before Parliament's ad hoc committee on October 28, 2025. Deputy Police Minister Castle Mathale leveled explosive accusations against suspended Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, painting a picture of a leader mired in isolation, power hoarding, and reckless decision-making that has jeopardized South Africa's battle against rampant crime and corruption. Mathale revealed that nearly 16 months into their appointments, Mchunu had delegated zero duties to him or fellow Deputy Polly Bashilo, leaving them sidelined as he got to grips with the role, exposing a leadership vacuum at the top of the South African Police Service SAPS. Mathale further blasted Mchunu's unilateral December 2024 directive to disband the acclaimed Political Killings Task Team, PKTT, a unit probing KZN's deadly political assassinations, which he learned about via social media and dismissed as fake news, until Mchunu confirmed it in a casual January call. Describing the move as unusual and problematic, Mathale contradicted Mchunu's prior claims that the PKTT was a costly, expired burden, affirming its legal extension by ex-Minister Becky Seal and its excellent work in tackling syndicate-linked murders. This comes amid the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, probing Mchunu's July 2025 suspension by President Cyril Ramaphosa over allegations of colluding with drug cartels, interfering in probes, and ties to suspects like businessman Vuzumuzi Matlala, claims Mchunu denies as politically motivated smears. The documentary unpacks Mchunu's turbulent tenure, from bold promises to modernize SAPS upon his June 2024 appointment, to scandals like disbanding anti-killing units and fostering SAPS factionalism, as testified by National Commissioner Fanny Masemola. Yet whispers of hidden agendas emerge. ANC infighting ahead of 2027 leadership battles, opposition parties like the DA and EFF demanding deeper probes, and fears that Mchunu is a scapegoat for systemic rot in a force plagued by 2,000-plus annual murders and cartel infiltration. With Acting Minister Firas Kekalia steering interim reforms, this exposé dissects whether Mchunu's fall is justified accountability or a convenient purge, amid a national policing crisis where public trust plummets and communities demand justice.
His appointment as police minister in June 2024, following his previous roles in the Water and Sanitation Ministry and the Public Service and Administration portfolio. Mchunu has expressed dissatisfaction with the PKTT, hinting at the need to disestablish it during meetings with his deputies. These discussions touched on broader ideas of strengthening internal police capacity, such as bolstering the murder and robbery unit, to reduce reliance on temporary task teams. Mathale was part of these talks, but they remain general and not specific to the PKTT's immediate future.
Issued his directive on the 31st of December 2024. What was your, when did you first learn about the directive?
On the social media, that's where I picked it up. And then he then called, I think, was it, I'm not sure whether it was the first or the second, but early January, that the letter that is circulating, he wrote the letter, because I thought it's fake.
Is that the usual way you learn about what the minister decides or has decided, that you learn about it on social media?
Well, that's not a right way. We have been interacting all along about everything that is to do with policing, but this specific one, that's how we learned about it, unfortunately.
DM, how do you work without delegated powers? You wake up in the morning, you go to the office and do what? DM, did you get my question?
Oh, okay. I thought you
wake up in the morning, you bath, you wear a very nice suit, arrive there in the department, and do what?
Well,
can you get close to the mic?
Okay. No, thanks, Honorable. You You are right. It will appear like we don't have anything to do, but we do, because the department that we are dealing with is vast, and you need to have your pulse on what is happening with the entities that are there. We have to ensure that the ministry is functional, the department is working, coordination is done. The interaction that we were having of the things that needs to be done gets done. That's why you have policing taking place in the country. The fact that we are not delegated specific responsibilities, it doesn't mean that we don't have things to do. We do.
Does it usually take this long?
Of course, but there is a difference between the 6th and the 7th administration. In the 6th administration, I came in within a short space of time. I got my delegated responsibilities, which is attached there. And the reason why it was so quick is because I was working with another police officer in the form of General Kele. And fast forward to now, the minister comes from a different environment. And this ministry, Honorable, it's complex. You can't just say you are responsible for this, you are responsible for that, without having that deeper understanding yourself. And I think it was necessary for the minister to go through the processes that he has gone through. And as I said earlier, that if this process is concluded tomorrow, I think, and the minister is coming back into office tomorrow, he will be able to allocate us responsibilities, because he fully understands SAPS and its operation now as we speak. In fact, he's wiser. He's much, much wiser. Thank you.
Okay, you arrive at SAPS in 2019.
Yeah.
General Spear testified under oath before this ad hoc committee and said, everyone in the SAPS knows Ket Matlala because he's popular within the organization for the work he's doing in the SAPS. How well do you know Mr. Matlala?
I think I don't want to say it was you can't say everyone.
Can you get close to
you
your mic?
Can't say. Why is it that it looks like I'm far from the mic when you speak, Honorable? You can't say everybody knows him, because that might not be factual. But you can say there are some people who know him in SAPS. That will be accurate, because indeed it's some. Personally, I don't know him. I don't know him. I only came to know him when these issues started to hit the wall, and it was in the public space. But I didn't get the opportunity to meet with him.
You slide like a hot knife through butter. And that's what you are doing today. You're sliding like a hot knife through butter. You saw nothing, you heard nothing, you did nothing. And you know nothing. So I'm wondering what it is that you came to do here today, and how you think that approach of I saw nothing, I said nothing, I did nothing, I heard nothing, I know nothing, is helpful, because it's not. Could you just tell me how you think it's helpful, please?
I thought, thank you, Honorable, thank you, Chair. I thought I responded to the questions that I've been asked to to the best of my ability, and I didn't say I saw nothing. I said nothing because I didn't say so. I spoke to what I saw, and I'm speaking to what I know. If there is a specific issue that the minister the honorable want me to talk to, if she can assist me with a question that can be helpful in that regard, I'll be happy to respond.
You, like General Cele, are very good at this. You look very polished, you present very well, you're very eloquent. And so, you know, you look like, forgive me, the average accomplished deputy minister in a government. And you do that very well.
Thank you for the compliments, but I was not aware about that.
No, I mean it, I really do. The difficulty is this, Mr. Matala, is that you've been a deputy minister for a long time. This isn't the first time, is it?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And you have a long political career. You've been the premier of a province, granted a province that you drove into the ground, but
which is incorrect.
Bankrupted it, but nevertheless.
Which is incorrect.
Yes, well, that's not what we're here to debate today, unfortunately.
But it's factually incorrect, Honourable. You can check the record of National Treasury that there was no such.
Yes, as I said, that's not the question. So the question is coming.
It's not the question, I agree, but it's factually incorrect.
So you've said.
I have never responded to the issues and the media statement around the Limpopo issue of being brought under Section 100. And not because I agreed with what was said, because I thought it's the right thing to do. And I can't, Chair, through you, allow a narrative here that misrepresent facts, because
you have disagreed with me, and that's fine.
The reasoning behind Section 100, why it was implemented, and the issues that were put on the table were incorrect. And
Mr.
National
Matala,
Treasury itself...
Mr. Matala, I'm asking the questions, not you.
Honourable Deputy Minister.
I am asking the questions, not you.
Honourable Breitenbach, let me remind the two of you. Honourable Deputy Minister, all the witnesses that appear before us, they come to us as the guests that we have invited. And Honourable Breitenbach, having invited the guests here, we have a duty to hospitality.
Indeed, quite frankly. So he's answered what was not a question, and I'd like to move on. And I'm not going to allow him to use up my 30 minutes by rambling on this issue. And that's just how it is.
May you please proceed and ask your question?
Yes, well, I will, if the guest will, you know, keep quiet for long enough for me to ask a question.
But you can't remember when that discussion took place. Was that before the directive?
Before the letter, yes. Before the letter.
So let me come back to then what was your reaction when you saw the directive?
The letter?
Yes.
No, the letter. I'm saying that the letter came as a surprise to me, particularly the immediate disbandment of the unit and the dates that were set there. You know, that to me was a problem, because the people who can be able to say we think we can close up this through this particular process are the operatives themselves out of an engagement.
Were you aware of the fact that the people in charge of the operations of the PKTT, General Mkhonazi and Lieutenant General Kumalo, that they had not been consulted about the disestablishment of the task team?
Well, because the discussions we were having with the National Commissioner, for that decision to ultimately be implemented, it will necessarily need the engagement of all the role players.
Yeah. But don't you think that the minister should have consulted with them? They're the people directly involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the ultimate dissolution will have to take place after interacting with all the relevant role players. And this includes them.
The task team itself, was there any doubt in your mind that this task team was operating legally within the prescripts of SAPS, within an allocated budget, and falling under the authority of the National Commissioner, ultimately?
Yeah. I never doubted that.
Did the minister ever mention to you or indicate to you or give you any idea that actually this political task team is not operating legally?
Yeah, well, you know, the discussions around this, it was not based on the legality of the unit or not, because that was never in question. I don't remember a meeting where we discussed that the team is illegal or something like that. That never arose.
Okay. Do you think it is in the best interest of the crime-fighting efforts to dissolve the political killings task team?
It's in the best interest of the crime-fighting effort. The political task team, it was not necessarily SAP's response to fighting crime. It was a SAP's response to fighting political killings that happened in KZN. And it did a very good job as a task team. That is a better organized way to respond to the high rate of crime. But the task team did its work, and it did its work effectively. And task teams, at some point when the task is no longer at hand, they cease to exist, but there are no time frames.
It performed its tasks effectively.
Yeah.
So does that mean you don't agree with the sentiments that it is not adding any value in policing in South Africa?
Yeah, let me say yes.
Okay. We can pass that. The task team in itself is comprised of the multidisciplinary team.
Yeah.
It's comprised of various departments, which some do not even fall under SAPS.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a rational decision to want to dissolve without consulting the sister departments that are part of the team?
Yeah, look, any effective investigation that will lead to prosecution must always be prosecutorial guided, because prosecution plays a role in the fight against crime or dealing with criminality. So once you have got a prosecutorial-led process of investigation, in most cases, the outcome of that process is always good. Unlike an investigation that is not prosecutorial guided, you will go to and fro on a matter that you can go once to the prosecution and they say this is the right thing, let's do it. So it was a good thing to integrate them. Of course, when you say this team must fold, There is nothing wrong in you taking such a decision, but embarking on a process that takes everybody on board as you implement. You can't take a decision and implement, and when in the course of implementing, you then want to solicit an opinion. That might have shortcomings. So it's important that all the role players must be taken on board. By the way, they did not establish themselves, they were established. So as you disestablish, you must take them on board.
Mr. Matala, you mentioned when you were talking to, I think it was Honourable Nomvalo, although it might have been Honourable Skosana. See, they both lost interest and left. That we're here today because of a memo that was sent. Are you referring to the directive of the Minister to General Masemola?
Yes.
And you said if it had not been for that memo, we would not have been here.
Yes.
So do I understand you correctly that your view is that the reason we are here today is because Minister Mchunu wrote a directive closing down the political killings task team with what he said was immediate effect?
Yes.
And we're not here to address the systemic ills that have beset the South African Police Service for years, for more than a decade. That's not what we're here for. We're here to address the memo. Is that honestly what you think?
No, the memo is a spark that ignited, and as a consequence of which Parliament must establish facts on the issues that General Mkhwanazi has raised. So you are not here necessarily to discuss the letter. That's why you are asking questions beyond the letter itself.
So Mr. Matala, then, can you tell me why it had to take General Mkhwanazi to get up on a Sunday afternoon and make this public statement when everything he said is not unknown? It's nothing new. He didn't think of it on Sunday morning and get up and say it. These are problems that have been there for years and years and years and have been left unaddressed by one administration after the next. Why was it necessary for there to be a spark? Why was this never addressed? Have you any idea?
The problems, through your chair, that have to deal with the transformation program of the country and the issues related to that are complex, and dealing with them, it is going to take a while. It took us a while to arrive at 1994. And to create a perfect system from where we are going forward is not going to be an easy process. And I think this explains why we are here. And it doesn't mean that as we gather here to look at the challenges and how best to deal with them, when we rise out of this process, we will have a watertight process of policing in the Republic. We will experience difficulties from time to time. The magnitude won't be the same.
But do you accept that he had done what he could to address these issues before going public?
Yeah, I accept that.
Thanks for watching.